So this week has been a pretty amazing week for video games and PlayStation. So we're going to take a quick minute to talk about it and go over all the news that happened this week. So we're going to talk about the new Last of Us 2 trailer, Unreal Engine 5, and Ghost of Tsushima. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. So let's start off with Last of Us 2. The first thing that Neil Druckmann went over in the 4-minute trailer that we got earlier this week with The Last of Us 2 was the consequences that your actions would have while playing through this game. So this leads me to believe that you'll have a few decisions to make while playing the game, and that may impact the story, may impact how the story is played out. They also talked about the bigger narrative at hand, and this is the reason why The Last of Us 2 was being made in the first place. They wanted to honor Joel's and Ellie's story, from The Last of Us 1. They wanted to do it justice. They thought that, The Last of Us 1 was a great game, and basically they just wanted to expand upon that with the relationships that they built from The Last of Us 1, and also creating new relationships within The Last of Us 2. Ellie settled in this little town, like it's a safe haven in this post-apocalyptic world called Jackson, and that's where everyone is at. This is where everyone lives until something bad happens and Ellie goes off to seek revenge from the people that wronged her in the game. And this happened earlier on in the game. She got wronged by some people and she went out seeking revenge, and that's pretty much the premises of what Last of Us 2 is built upon. Next, we're going to talk about Unreal Engine 5, and this was running on the PlayStation 5 this week, and it looked absolutely amazing. And the reveal of Unreal Engine 5, the demo I'm talking about, has me pretty excited for what we can accomplish on these next generation system. They started off the video talking about dynamic GI, global illumination. These are tricks that they want to use with light to create a more realistic light scene in the game, and how they are going to manipulate light bouncing around in the game. And it looked really amazing. It looked really lifelike. So I think with this generation we're coming one step closer to true realism in video games. They spoke about nanite, and this is like down to the pixel. So like they're working with some crazy stuff, like it's like pixel by pixel. So you have billions of nanites or pixels just to create one rock in the scene, and it's pretty high resolution textures at 8K, but rendered at 4K or 1440p, whatever it is. They also covered spatial audio and 3D audio, and how they went into actual caves and they tried to mimic that sound in the game, and it seems like it's pretty promising. So we can't wait to see what UE5 is going to do with 3D audio or spatial audio. They also talk about the bat scene with the Niagara effects, and that was pretty amazing. They talk about the chaos physics. This was when the rocks were falling off of the cliff, and it looked really realistic. So I'm pretty excited for UE5, and I can't wait to see what else we're going to get on the PlayStation 5. Lastly, we're going to talk about Ghost of Tsushima, and wow, what a game. This game was just beautiful. It's spectacular. It's amazing to look at. The world looks amazing. There's a lot of lush vegetation in the world, and it was just pretty sweet to look at, and Sucker Punch is doing a great job with this game. They started off the gameplay telling us about the exploration of the game and how you are guided by the island. So in this game there is no waypoints, so the island guides you as to where you're supposed to go. Follow the wind is something that they say. So the wind will point you in the right direction as where you need to go to, discover camps, discover places, hidden gems in the game and stuff like that. Also, animals can point you in the right direction in the game as well. The birds, the fox and stuff like that. You can even look for like a smoke trail in the distance and follow that, and it might lead you to a village or, you know, a campsite or something like that. And it's just great. You look for like gates and stuff, wooden gates, and it will point you towards a shrine on the top of a hill. You're able to pet a fox in the game, and I'm just curious as to what else you're going to be able to do when it comes on to like exploration as it regards to this game. Combat was the next thing that they touched on, and the combat in this game looks really amazing. It's pretty nice. It looks really like a samurai game. And speaking of samurai, that is one of the two ways you can play in this game. You can play as a samurai, or you can play as the ghost. When playing as a samurai, you're required to use a lot of skill and precision, while playing as the ghost, you use more of a stealth tactics, and there's a lot of tricks that you use to you know, get around your enemies and defeat them in a more cunning way. Also, you can use the fear of the ghost. Like when you're playing as a ghost, you can use the fear of the ghost to fight people and use it as a weapon, and I think that is just pretty amazing. Can't wait to see how that works in the actual game. There is a black and white cinematic mode in the game, which makes you feel like you're actually playing a samurai movie. They say it's this black and white windy cinematic mode that you have access to from the start of the game, which sounds pretty amazing to me. Also, you know, there is a Japanese dub version of the game, and you can just enable that at the start. So all the voice acting will be in Japanese, and then there will be subtitles that you can read. So it'd be like, you know, when you're watching an anime, it's not true unless you're watching it dubbed when you're watching it sub versus watching it dubbed in English. So to have the Japanese voice acting and then the subtitles is just really true to the culture of Japan and the whole samurai thing, and that is pretty amazing. Proud of them for that. The customization was another thing that they touched on. You can customize your character. His name is Jin, and you in the game, well, you'll be looking for mainly dye flowers. The dye flowers can be used to change the color of your armor and add some pretty sweet upgrades to your armor. Finally, there is a photo mode in the game, and you can use this to take some pretty cool screenshots. You can make like live wallpapers with them. You can even like grab a scene for a video or whatever. But it looks pretty amazing. There's just some pretty awesome scenes in the game, and I really can't wait to play Ghost of Tsushima. It's coming out July 17th. And that just about does it for the video, guys. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead, hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and please go ahead, share it with a friend, a buddy or two, maybe 10, maybe 100, you know, if you have 100 friends. Please share the video. I have a lot more that I'll be working on. There's a lot more to come to the channel. I hope you enjoy the video today. Smash that subscribe button and show me some love down in the comment section. Until the next one, take care, guys. I'm out.